good afternoon. I hope you're having a lovely day, night, morning, wherever you are. It's a gloomier Saturday afternoon today, but a really nice temperature. And after the past 2 weeks of absolutely stunning autumn weather, it's okay. I can accept it. And I have to, because what else am I supposed to do? I have had a very busy week. It's been up and down, for sure. But I had my weekly ice bath experience session today. And while I always question why I'm doing it and I kind of semi-dread going, and then when I start it, I'm like, what am I doing here? I feel so much better afterwards, and you kind of end up sitting in like this really, really, really cold pool for about 30 minutes. And when I'm in there, after I've kind of adjusted to the cold and I'm there, like I'm shivering, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm also so relaxed and my mind is basically empty, and I've got like good, really nice people around me, equally crazy people around me, doing it for all different reasons, and just having really nice, interesting, and then also just like casual conversations. And my body feels so good afterwards. And then of course I'm proud that I went and pushed through and did something that I didn't want to do and was really uncomfortable, even while I'm still shivering for the next hour and a half afterwards. And then there's also a part of me that's just happy it's over. So yeah, I do it for mental toughness, and then also for recovery, and I feel good, and I also love the people there. So yeah, but it's been another kind of non-stop Saturday. I'm excited to be here this afternoon. Hopefully it doesn't rain, but who knows? Who really knows? So the correct journal this week really took some thinking. Okay. I'm tired. Very tired. Yeah, it's been a wild week. Physically demanding, as usual, and then just really emotionally demanding. In like so many different aspects. Like it's not that interesting. It's just like life, really. Okay, I believe we are doing our May reflection this episode. I'm gonna call it an episode. This episode. Right. End of week reflection. So, taking these prompts from Dreamy Moons' 2023 journal. End of week reflection. Ask yourself, what did this week teach me? how can I implement this knowledge in the future? Summarize your week in one word, sentence, or phrase. Chaotic immediately came to my mind. All right. Now we will look back on May. So if you have a calendar, like a kind of mapped out calendar, how you plan your month, go back to that and have a look at what May ended up looking like for you. See if you can kind of remember or pick little things about how you felt during the month. If there were big things or little things that happened, what was May like for you? And then we'll ask ourselves, what was the most important lesson we learnt in May? Or a couple of lessons that we learnt in May. Something that we can kind of take away from it. So to look back on May. I'm also just reading through what I wrote down, what my kind of intentions were for May, that I wrote down in one of the first few videos I made of this series. it's interesting looking back on the tasks of May. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of standard. I was working on like a couple of specific things, just plodding along through them. And then I look at what I intended to do, and it was more about kind of feeling and like focus points in my life, both like professionally and personally. This is kind of a time capsule of where I was at a month ago, and I think I've said before, I feel like I'm going through like this period of real change in my life, and to see where I was a month ago, I've kind of come leaps and bounds again in the past month. And so just to remember where I was at, what I wanted to kind of focus on, and now that I am focusing on these things as a standard in my life, it's really cool. Yeah, wow. Like, for example, just implementing better work practices into my life, having more of a creative routine, in that, like, I will go out more to be creative. Now that's like standard. It's crazy how much like your mind can change, and you can just adjust and create new habits in such a short amount of time. That can obviously work like negatively and positively, like anything, but yeah, it shows that if you really do just take small little actions, you can have a big change over what's a really short amount of time, like a month. It's really cool. Okay. There are obviously still things that I have not done and need to do and want to work on and blah, 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 but small wins, like, this is a big win. This is a good one. All right. So, most important lesson I learned in May. Ooh. What comes to mind immediately is kind of figure out what it is that you value. So a tangible example for that for me is I used to be really tight with money and would never really spend anything on myself, and hated to do that, hated to go out and spend money, would really like just think about it a lot, and feel guilty when I went out and did something with it. And I've recently been finding that I really like going out to cafes and stuff with people and by myself, and do a couple of hours of like creative work there or something, and just get like a coffee and like breakfast or lunch or something. And that's obviously like money, and it's spending more money than I would if I made it at home, but kind of what's more valuable for me, the concentrated effort and output that I get in those moments where I'm just kind of so easily and effortlessly in the creative flow, versus kind of like struggling at home a bit, or it's just not as enjoyable, versus, spending some money and saving some money. I can adjust other aspects of my life to make it okay, and I have, and I'm still working on it, but it's just made this past month so enjoyable in like those little moments, and it breaks up my day, and yeah, it's been like really transformative from just such a small action of what do I actually value more. And yeah, money's important, but so is kind of just living my life in a way that I want to, and relishing in the things that bring me happiness and fulfillment. So that will be probably my most important lesson. Okay, and ask yourself what you loved about what happened in May. And then what you didn't love. And then to set intentions for the next week. Let me just see. Okay. I think what I'll do is let's set intentions for May, and that's what I'll do in this video, and then I'll leave a structure for setting intentions for the upcoming week and all of that, and then you can do that afterwards. Put some nice music on and do that afterwards, and I'll do it just because it's also getting dark. The quality of this video is gonna plummet, so let's just do set intentions for the next month. We'll do that together. I think that's nice, and we're in that kind of like mood, and then we can go about and do our next week. So we're now in June. Wild. So in June, what do I want to focus on? What do I want to manifest? You can paragraph, write dot points, whatever. What do I want to focus on? What do I wish to manifest? Ooh. Okay, and set a priority or 2 or 3 for the month. Something that means a lot to you, something that you really want to work on, something that's important. Focus, maybe. Okay, and I am gonna stop it here. Yes, I am. I'm gonna now go through, and if there are any tasks and everything that I kind of uncovered or thought about in terms of what I want to focus on, what I want to manifest, I'm gonna pop them into like the monthly planner. So I actually kind of take action on them. And write any, like transfer any important dates or anything into the month, just plan the upcoming month. And then I am going to plan the upcoming week. Yes, sorry that we couldn't fit it all into one video. I think I talked a little bit too much and I came here a little bit late this afternoon. But yeah, I appreciate you doing this with me. I hope that you're finding this kind of valuable. I'd love to know. I definitely am. And as I was saying earlier, if anything, it's nice to just kind of almost have a bit of a time capsule, a bit of a kind of photograph of where you're at this current time. Because whether it's a time of great change for you or not, we are always changing and evolving, and our thought patterns and processes and just what's on our mind, what's going on in our lives are constantly changing. And I think I at least forget a lot of the stuff that's kind of going on in my life. I get swept up in life and it quickly moves by. So to be able to see kind of where I was at or what I was doing is really nice to jog my memory and also make me look back and think, okay, this is where I want to go in life. Am I doing anything now that actually kind of aids that and helps me get there? If yes, great. Is it working? Let's do more, blah, blah, blah. If I'm not doing that, why? Do I actually really want this life, or how can I change it? Or why is it hard now for me to work towards the life that I want, or the person that I want to be, or achieve the goals that I want to achieve, whatever that means for you. So yes, I hope that you find value in this as well. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next week. Bye.